been, all lovey-dovey with Janelle, and then, Lee said, like, hey, my room is up here. If I would have went to Lee's room, at the end of the night, like, that would have been, to me, that would have been fake. Like, oh, I'm spending this time with her, and then I'm just, like, while nobody's watching or whatever, like, now I'm with Lee. Like, that would have been fake to me. So, will you be doing any YouTube interviews? I'm thinking about it. I'm honestly thinking about it. Doing any YouTube videos. Y'all feel like I should do some interviews? People are asking me, and I've agreed to do, I think, one or two, but she said, okay, big lungs. You have to choose one. Have you went into any type of post-show therapy? I have not. I have not gone into any post-show therapy. Q was good. What's up, man? What would you add? What would you add to the show? What would I add to Ready to Love? I think for our season, I think you have to give more choice to the cast members. I think if you would give more choice onto, like, the dates we were going and who we wanted to go out on dates. Like, we didn't know who we were going out on dates for and what we were doing for the majority of the time. So I think giving that choice to the cast a little bit more would be more helpful. But other than that, like, there's not too much that you can change, because at the end of the day, they're trying to make a show. And so a lot of the times, the stuff that was being done for TV, I understood. I wasn't happy with it, but, like, I get it. And so a lot of the times, production would look at me and I'd be like, I mean, I get it. Like, so it's whatever. Like, I'll go along with it. But, I mean, other than that, did the cattiness between the women impact your opinions of them at all? I didn't see any cattiness until afterwards. I saw the cattiness when y'all saw the cattiness. Of course, I heard about it, but I mean, hearsay. If I don't see nothing, I don't know nothing. It's all hearsay. So I can't make judgment of anybody because of something that I've heard or anything like that. My bad. What else y'all got? Are you currently ready to be married? I am. Shout out to the Rose. He won't answer it. Some people say he still might be under contract. Everybody can't be lying about her attitude, energy, etc. Another question for Janelle. Your intention was clear. That's all. I thought so, and I hope so. Going into the show, what were you looking for in a partner? So during my healing process, I think I've said this on a couple of my stories before. When we initially look for people, we look for, like, a multitude of things, right? We look for, oh my God, I want him to be 6 foot. I want her to do this, and I want to do this, and da-da-da-da. And we have this long list of things that we want in a partner. But in reality, a lot of those things are, like, minuscule. Like, I feel like, and I've talked to my friends about this, find a list of 3 to 5 things that are deal breakers that you necessarily need within a relationship, within a person. So for me, it was someone that's disciplined, someone who's not content, someone who loves God, someone, what was my list? But those were 3 of the main things that I wanted within a person. And so everything else kind of falls underlined in that. And a lot of people were saying, oh, well, Janelle doesn't work out. Janelle works out. She just didn't want to work out with me. Janelle has lost a lot of weight since the reunion. She looks amazing. So you can't judge somebody by, certain actions or a clip. Like, she definitely worked out. If she didn't work out or she wasn't disciplined into who she was and her health, then that would have been an issue. But she was. So we never, No offense, but why go on a TV show that requires dating multiple people for a long-ish duration? A long-ish duration? We was there for like 6 weeks. And dating in my real life wasn't working, so I wanted to try something new. So I tried it, but it didn't. I just end up going back to what I was used to because I know myself and I know what I can provide. If I can provide authenticness to 1 to 2 people, maybe 3 people, then I'm going to do that. If I would have started giving out, talking to 5, 6 people, y'all probably would have been hearing a lot of the things like that y'all were talking about Herbert, as far as not responding, takes long to respond, whatever like that. I didn't want to do that. So that's why I only stuck to talking to 2 people. Based on the fact that you said that you are unable to juggle multiple women, did you not watch the show prior to being casted that you know you'd be dating multiple people? I had seen, once I heard about the show, I went back and watched, but I wasn't an avid watcher of the show. You fumbled with Lee. I'm just going to blame Janelle's attitude on editing because ain't no way she's that mean in real life. She is not. Not fake. That's part of the process, but if you didn't want to, just say that. You looking like a noob in that red and white. Relax, because the brand is still there. And, well, I ain't going to get into nothing else. Loved you on the show. Thank you. I appreciate that. Add counseling. So at counseling, we do a eval before you're picked to be on the show. We all do a mental eval. So Quinton needs a grow up pair. He lets Janelle run him. I don't know how that can be. I can answer that no. Team Lee. I think him and Lee are gonna reconnect and be great friends if they are meant to be super dope individuals. Lee is I've always said to this day, Lee is an amazing individual. We just weren't right for each other. She wasn't right for me. I wasn't right for her. It's fine. I think when you see 2 people who are so alike, you want them to be together, but that doesn't mean we're compatible. And that was our whole thing. We knew that. We knew that throughout the whole process. We were very alike in our manner and what we wanted and everything like that, but we weren't compatible. She knew that, I knew that, but it was, it's all good. I still got love for everybody on the cast, except for one person. Are y'all still together? Y'all want to know that so bad. Now that the show is over and you have seen the episodes, has it changed your view of your castmates? No, not any of the taping. I don't say any of the taping has changed my view on anybody. No, not really. No, not really. Someone who's disciplined is broad. It is and it isn't, because someone who is disciplined doesn't put others, puts themselves first, right? The things that I need to do for me, I'm going to do no matter what. So if you find somebody disciplined, they're going to apply that to their whole life. If somebody is disciplined in one area and not disciplined, like that really doesn't happen. You can't be so disciplined in something that you choose for yourself and then something else that you choose for yourself, you're not. I think the only time that happens is, I'm disciplined because I have to go to work because these other people are paying me, but I'm not disciplined in like working out. But if you're disciplined in like your health, where it's eating certain things, or I don't eat this because it's not good for me, or you know what I mean. If you stick to that, that means you're a disciplined person, and that's what I mean by discipline. When Lee left, why did you say you didn't want her to leave the show if you were locked in with Janelle, or at least could give the proper attention? So, the baseball date and Lee meeting my cousin was, I'm giving like exclusive. I don't know if I should. Well, whatever. Lee meeting my cousin and us going on the baseball date was totally up to production. After the house, me and Lee both kind of realized like, okay, this is not going to happen. So our communication stopped. But after the house, you know, it's a TV show. So they pulled me and her aside and they were like, hey, we kind of have to have an ending to y'all. Like, we can't just have y'all like happy about to go into the house and then y'all just don't talk no more. And so they pulled us both aside. And I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about that, but I mean, whatever. It's already said. How do you think you will go about dating now that the show is over? And very intentional. Who sent balloons? Intentional. Very intentional about dating. Who said Janelle is mean? She's not mean. She doesn't tolerate funny business. One thing for sure, you got your discipline from your strong ass aunties and your mama is real over here, period. Talk your shit, auntie. Come on, 21. Your plans are not God plans. So what's your take on that when it comes to your deal breakers? Huh? Your plans are not God's plans. So what's your take on that when it comes to your deal breakers? My plan is God's plan. So I talk to him to lay the groundwork for the things that I want to do. So I follow his purpose. I have God's purpose tatted on my arms. And so I live a purposeful life. He leads me and I lead whoever I date. So that's how I find my purpose. And so that's why that is one of my deal breakers, is you living a Christian life, you believing in God, you following God's will, and living a purposeful life. He found love, and that's the point of the show, so that's all that matters. Cheers to them. How did Tequila pass the eval? That's a question for Tequila. How the hell did a BB pass the mental test? It's a question for a BB. Or are y'all together? There were very few faces that showed you were unsure. So happy for you and Janelle. Congratulations. Who is the one person? Don't be messy, cuz. Well, are y'all? I need to know. All right. So after the show, I'm just giving it to y'all. After the show ended, like I said, I'm very upfront about how I want to pursue dating. I am very authentic when it comes to how I want to date. I never want dating to be forced. And after the show ended, me and Janelle definitely did try to date. But for me, there was things in my healing process that I wasn't ready for. And so when we dated after the show, it made it aware of certain things that I still needed to heal from. And actually broke down on the phone a couple times talking to Janelle about it, because it was really frustrating, because I had done so much healing on myself that I thought I was ready to embark on a relationship. And so it was frustrating to now be done with the show, start to date Janelle, and not be ready. And so, no, unfortunately, we are not dating. So there's your answer. Janelle is giving mother hen vibes. Who is the one cast member you don't have love for? I'm not going to speak on that. Any wedding bells? What flavor you smoking? Blueberry mint, baby. Blueberry mint. Janelle is mean. Don't make excuses. She's not. How did they do that? Where in Florida are you from? I'm from Miami, Florida. Um, do you not want kids anymore? I definitely still want kids. Why am I sweating? Oh my God. How did they send balloons? I don't know how they sent balloons. It ain't my birthday. My birthday ain't until March. That's the auntie that has my birthday. How you know my auntie? Am I single? I am happy. Coleman love in your future. You'd be surprised. Am I really ready for children? I'm ready for a relationship and marriage. That gotta come first before any children come. So what about Lee? What about Lee? Lee is great. She's doing her own thing. Apparently I offended Lee by the TikToks that I made, which I thought were all jokes, but apparently they weren't. So she was obviously offended, and I've already apologized to her about that, but never meant to the hookah tip. Oh, the hookah topped it off. Oh. Never meant to offend Lee or anybody. If you go and look at my TikTok, it's all jokes. I like to have fun, but everybody doesn't laugh, so she obviously did not laugh, and it offended her, so I've already apologized to her about that. Healing is a journey, so that's understandable. She doesn't like working. Also, she does enjoy working out. She's lost weight. She just doesn't like to do it in front of people, which a lot of people don't like to do, so you don't know her. Are you open to dating African women? I'm open to dating. Would I date a Delta, and have I ever? Yes and yes. March what? March. You gonna give me a present? Portia, stay busy. You gonna give me a present? You can definitely know when my birthday is. I'm definitely an Aries. I'll give you that. I'm an Aries. What else I got? What high school did you attend? You're giving me Miami Central vibes. Nope, from the bottom. Miami Central too north of me. I'm from the bottom. I'm from Richmond Heights. How old are you? I am 34 years young. Who are y'all that keep requesting to be in these lives? Okay, I think I made it to the bottom. Hold on, I got a question. Those are questions or Aries, Lord. What about Aries number one? What you talking about? What y'all talking about? Aries number one sign. Aries number one. What y'all mean? Who keeps requesting to be in the live? Not my own live. She hasn't requested to be in the live. No wonder I like you. Would you go back on the show for another season? On Ready to Love? Absolutely not. It's gonna be a no for me. It's gonna be a no for me. Do I regret not choosing Lee? No, I don't. And me and Lee didn't choose each other. We weren't right for each other. It's fine to not be like want that, like you, and a lot of things in dating, like just because we have, and this is in general, just because you have a lot of things in common with somebody, that doesn't mean that you're supposed to be together. It just means you have things in common. That's with your friends. You have things in common with your friends, and so that's why y'all are friends. It doesn't mean that y'all need a date. Like you can recognize being, oh my God, we have so much in common. Great, but we're not right for each other. So we didn't pick each other. It wasn't like I don't want to keep pushing that narrative of like, gang, would I get on another dating show? Absolutely not. Did I see Lee's last post? Yes, I did. Since there are things you want to work on, does this mean you're not choosing to date anyone? I don't know if that means that, but you know, I'm giving city boy vibes. I mean, I'm from Miami, so I'm from the city. Even though I keep getting told that I'm country. And I'm like, how am I country? I'm from the city. Is Quinton my middle name? Quinton is 100% my middle name. And if you follow me long enough, you'll find out what's my first name. Lee is good. We don't play sloppy seconds. Lee is amazing. I don't know what y'all want from me with that. How are things with Janelle now? I've already answered that. So where's yours? Where's your timeline on children now? My timeline on children is on the back burner because I need to be married first. So once I get married, then we can talk about kids. I already know your first name. I definitely think taking a break on dating like a year would be great for you, allowing you to work on what you need to work without hurting anyone in the process. I've done that. I've literally already done that, and I've unfortunately hurt some feelings, which I'm not proud of, because I wasn't healed all the way, which we're in a constant state of healing. So it's never going to be a done thing, but I've done enough healing individually. So now all the healing that I do is within a relationship. So, and can be worked out with me and my partner. Why y'all want me to have kids so bad? You are definitely country. Your entire accent is country. I think y'all think Florida has a country accent, but I honestly didn't even think I had an accent until I came to Texas. And I just don't think y'all are familiar with how Florida people sound. So y'all say it's country. Do you think you and Kat would have been closer if she joined the show from the start? I probably would have talked to her more if she came in at the mixer. We had some things in common, but the thing about Kat came in and I was already invested with Janelle and Lee. You're right. Oh, okay. I was already invested with Janelle and Lee, and so there was a lot of things that transpired during the process. My grandmother was really sick during the process, and Janelle and Lee were really great for me during that time. So that fed into the connection that we had. So because of that, and then the hoedown, which they didn't show, the hoedown was held on my birthday. And on that day, Lee and Janelle gave me gifts on my birthday. And so getting that from them, dealing with what I was dealing with back home, you know, I was already invested. So in my mind, I was like, all right, I'm going to continue to work on a connection with these two ladies because we only had a 6-week process. So for me, I really need to get to know these people to see if I want to continue dating going forward. So disappointing to see you smoke. Thought you were about health. This is hookah. I'm not smoking weed. And I do this once every 2 weeks. Not even. I don't do this often, but despite you and Lee being incompatible, a fitness collab would have been epic. I might have gotten off the couch. You can still get off the couch. You can either go to her and do her step class or join her. I think she has a challenge going on right now. Or you can come to me and we can work out too. So either way, you said you wanted kids. I do want kids, but I'm not trying to have kids yesterday. Do you feel you said all you needed to say at the reunion or got a chance to say everything? Yeah, I don't feel like I didn't speak on what I wanted to speak on or didn't have a chance to. The reunion was long. It was all day. So I spoke on a lot. I think everybody did, but they chop and screw everything. So y'all got to realize we be filming for hours on hours on hours. So just imagine y'all going out and you having a weekend trip where you spend 3-4 days and wherever, and that all being pushed into 20 minutes. Like, yeah. I'm from Miami, and I'm almost all been told that I sound country. Plus, Florida is a part of the South. Florida, well, you know, us from being from Miami, I say I'm from Miami. I ain't from Florida. You know what I'm saying? I don't claim the rest of the state. The rest of the state be crazy. Would you give it another try with Janelle after you are healed? I think me and Janelle are great friends right now. I have a lot of respect for her and who she is. And I don't think I align with, we don't align with where we are right now, but she, just like every other person on the show, is amazing. So, man, just about everybody think people should have kids now. I'm saying. Do you think there are fundamental flaws with the design of the show, weekly and elimination based and on group decision? So let me tell you about these lounges and the group decisions. So obviously I don't know how everything was going down in the women's lounge, but for the men, for the majority of the show, especially for the beginning, we were on group consensus on who was going home. We were on group consensus. All right, bet. You. All right, we all agree. The Wood. All right, bet. So we thought we had full control over who was going home until it got to later, and we was like, oh, we don't have control. And then talking to the ladies afterwards, they were just kind of explaining they never chose who got to go home. They were just told. So I think the dynamic of sending people home, and I think the show needs to be longer as far as the dating process. I mean, it's 6 weeks and you don't spend a lot of time together, and you're not allowed to see each other outside of the show, which is understandable. But I definitely think the amount of time needs to be kind of spaced out a little bit more. I will not do the show again. Would you do the show again, or was there anything that you didn't get to say in the reunion that you realized after the fact? Nope. I was so shocked on how it turned out. How do we sign up for a workout session? DM me or DM 1952 Fit if you want to work out. Is there any other lady from the show that you feel like you would give a second chance to in the real world? No. Come to work with me and I'll show you hookah lung. Okay. Who the fuck? Bye, man. Oh, man. Why did you have a beard with no mustache on the show? It looked weird. They liked it, so don't you worry about it, bitch. I know somebody like it. All right, you laughing. You're laughing kind of hard over there. All right, Larshay, you're laughing kind of hard. I commend you on how you responded to Kira. I appreciate that. Speaking of Kira, I think, what she said in the reunion was very true. A lot of people get prejudged. But I think my whole thing with her is how you came to that conclusion. She said it was just a vibe, and that's fine. But I always think when there are judgments, there is something that is fueling that judgment, whether it's how somebody dresses, how they speak, how they, you know what I'm saying, address you, whatever like that. So that's kind of all I was looking for. But I had no problem with what she was saying, because that she's entitled to her opinion, and I know what I like. So it wasn't, what was Hillman? Bruh. Paris Hillman. So wow, that's informative. You can't fully get to know someone in 6 weeks. You cannot. I mean, it depends. I also really hate that there are a group of eliminations, even if you have a strong connection with one person. The show keeps on, the production keeps on who they want to keep on. Like I said, I was only talking to 2 people throughout the entire show. So when there was 7 women left, there was 6 women left, I was still only talking to 2 people. So that's why in Janelle in reunion was like, I thought Quinton was going home, because I didn't talk to nobody. I didn't talk to anybody. So it was easy for somebody to be like, I don't have a strong connection with Quinton because I don't talk to him. I literally did not talk to anybody. And it's not a slight, but I was just focused on Lee and Janelle. Right, like somebody will like it. Right, somebody, right. Come on now. You know? Hey. Wow. It looked weird to you, I guess. What up, bruh? Well, you definitely will have the ladies on your line now. I guess. I just found out you my cousin. Cousin? How we related? I don't know about that. I had no idea this process was only 6 weeks. That ain't no damn time. Right. We started March 8th, 11th, and we ended April 22nd. So, yeah. Did I think it was hard defending Janelle when she was into it with some of the other ladies? I didn't have to defend Janelle. Janelle defended herself. The only conversation I had about the instances she had with other ladies was when I talked to her. We had our own conversations. Addressing that and trying to assert dominance and, trying to make sure somebody listens or anything like that. Y'all have to also, y'all got to remember, we only were in this process but so little time. So I'm still getting to know this person. So I don't have that trust from Janelle to be like, hey, yo, check yourself. Like, and I'm speaking for her, but I don't mean that much to her for her to hear my voice and be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna shut up now. That's not how a healthy relationship is. If your partner does something wrong, you don't handle that in front of everybody. You have that conversation behind closed doors, because that's who you're with. You have to have that conversation behind. You don't have that in front of everybody. That's disrespectful, not only to the person that you're with, but to yourself. You don't do that. And a lot of people can't comprehend that, of having conversations with your partner in private. It's not whether you agree or not. You have that conversation in private, which is what we did. And I didn't see Janelle blow up until the house. Like, that was the first time of me seeing, like, oh, okay, like, but the house was a whole nother situation that I'm not even, yeah. She trying to come to the cookout, right? What else I got? That speed dating. Are you single or I'm happy? I'm very happy. Do you feel like she was wrong at all with all the other ladies? That's a question for Janelle. What happened with him and Janelle? I guess you got to rewind the live. He said he needed to work on some stuff. I feel like this show is entertainment purposes only. No one stays together any season. The show is absolutely entertainment. It's a reality TV show. They're going to show what they need to do for entertainment purposes. That's literally the definition of a TV show. Like, as much as they could have showed, you know, the softness side or the genuine connection between me and Janelle, they chose not to because they wanted to get ratings. And so that's what they chose to show. And so, yeah, it's a show. It's literally a show. Rewind the live. He answers the questions. Thank you. Who is that? Simplistic Grace? Yeah. Right. It's a show. It's a show. So they're gonna show what they want to show. Like, they're gonna chop and screw conversations and everything else to where they can get the most views. And although people don't want to see, people say they don't want to see like the cattiness and everything like that, at the end of the day, that's still gonna keep you engaged. So you may not, I may not want to see a burning car because it's gonna back up traffic, but when I pass that burning car, my head is like this, trying to look and see what happens. So I mean, it's people say they don't want to see all the cattiness and everything like that, but at the end of the day, that's what reality TV is, and that's what it's been predicated on. So people are gonna tune in to see what they. So what's next for Quinton? What is next for Quinton? Continue to, how do I say this? Continue to be intentional about my life. Continue to follow God's purpose for me and who He chooses me to spend my life with. Me continue to work on myself. Me to continue to be disciplined to the things that I want to do for me, and not only for me, but the people in my life. So I feel like as long as I continue to do what's best for me, the people in my life, follow God's purpose, then I'll be good, and the people in my life will be happy, and I'm good with that. I tried to answer that as best as I could. I don't know if it is very, very rare any of the men will respond to y'all's DMs. They do not know a woman's intentions now. That being on TV, I mean, it's kind of right. It surely made good TV. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's gonna make good TV. So people gonna tune in. Was what's next for Quinton? Did that suffice? Did that answer suffice for you? I'm still rooting for you and Lee. Their first date was so precious. I root for everybody on the show, man. Hopefully everybody on the show has continued to progress and do great things and capitalize off of this show. Said that boy not even coughing. It's hookah. Why would I cough off of hookah? It's hookah. My mama told me not to cook while I'm smoking hookah, so that's why I haven't been cooking. while I'm on the live with y'all and smoking. So a little vague, but sure. I mean, you want me to tell it how it is? You want me to tell it how it is? You know, I do not care. Where are the places to be on the weekend in Dallas? Follow AT. I don't know. I think, and that's AT. I think he's one of the biggest promoters in Dallas. So if you want to find out what's going on in Dallas, follow AT. What made you want to move to Houston? Did I say I moved to Houston? How y'all know my life? But I had a trip. I went to Houston with my line brothers and some of my best friends in 2016, and we had an amazing time. I had an amazing time when I went to Houston. That's when Social Junkie was still open. And we went just on a whim, and it just so happened to be Final Four weekend in Houston. And so the city was turned, I had a great time. And so that was in April. And so that fall, I had an opportunity to get a new job. And so I was like, man, let me apply to Houston just to see. And I ended up getting a job in Houston. So all right now. All right with the jokes. That's a question for Janelle. Let me tell Auntie to tell you my cousin. Okay. If my auntie tell me we cousins, then we cousin. What's for dinner? Wings and Brussels sprouts. That's what's for dinner. That's what's for dinner. But it looks like I'm be eating dinner by myself tonight. Forgot you a Q. Can't forget that, baby. Can't forget that. I'm the brass. The brass. So what's really good? I don't know what that means. I don't know what you want. I don't know what kind of answer you want from that. No, they want to know your perspective. What do y'all want me to say? Y'all, can the other people see my comments if my page is private? I can see them, so I'm pretty sure they can see them. Try and say something crazy if you want to. Have I tried avocado again? Absolutely not. I kind of want to, because I keep seeing recipes and stuff with avocado, especially like on toast and brie bread. So I might try it again because I'm going to start putting recipes together. That's one of my goals for 2024, early 2025, is to make a cookbook with all healthy recipes. Why did you lie about being uncomfortable at the house? Then the reunion said, I already answered that. Right, Maurier. Tell her we can see everything. Tell her not to say nothing crazy. Have I gone fishing again? No, I have not. So I'm also allergic to seafood. So they made us go fishing. Like they had rods. Those were the production's rods. They were like, hey, we're gonna have y'all go fishing. They want us to do that.